What is going on, guys? Today we are looking at second inform Dybala, the beautiful 88 rated card. He's now got 86, 87 and 88. He is definitely pushing himself up to that 90 throughout any promo himself, to be honest. He's had two informs in, I think, a couple of weeks, I would say. He did get the 87 quite early on. That's now coming in at about 53,000. And this Dybala, I got him at 108, and I think he is slightly dropping to about 100 at the moment. And I can imagine he will go relatively close to that 87. I can imagine 70-ish K for him, as realistically, there's not a massive upgrade between the two. He is a 4-star, 3-star with the left foot, high-low on the work rates, and can play striker, centre forward, and cam. And he is Argentinian in the Serie A. We have got the Flair playstyle plus, which, to be honest, I haven't really seen too much. Fancy passes and shots are performed with even greater accuracy, performing Flair animations when contextually appropriate. It's not the greatest, I'm not going to lie. With Dybala, he would be absolutely spot on with a finesse plus. He reminds me very much of how Griezmann should be, or no, how Griezmann is how Dybala should be. He gets that finesse plus, you are absolutely laughing with this card. He's already got the dead ball, he's got first touch, technical, acrobatic, and Travella. When it comes to the stats, composure on a little bit the lower end compared to everything else in that dribbling. Shooting's decent, passing's decent, even the pace. Maybe the sprint speed isn't top, but most definitely the acceleration is. We have gone with the Hunter on him, which I think is pretty much what everybody is bound to do. Cam or striker, that is going to be the chem style. You'd end up with 92 pace, 94 shooting. Does turn him into a 91 rated cam. So let's just jump into him and see what he can do.
Going to see him play a prominent role here soon. The ball has been lost. Petit. A chance now. Save, but not... Could be dangerous. He's in here. And a marvelous. Dybala. Having a try. Oh, superb save. He's done so well to keep that out. Dybala. It's in. And that's a debut goal. Dybala. Good ball. Decent looking attack this. And it's on now. And he saw that coming. What a chance. Played through nicely. Has to be. With the keeper nowhere to be seen.
Again, with the scoreline standing at 1-0. Nice looking pass. Strong hand on that.
Well, the Terriers have certainly been on the front foot over the last 15 minutes, as you can see. And their attacking play has been excellent. Surely...
Oh, he's only gone and found the net! Wow, Pedro. And making sure there was no danger in the end. Oh, he looks threatening. He had moved into an illegal position.
Well, it's great that he wants to run in behind, but he has to get the timing right.
Chance to take the lead. And a goal! He's doubled. Dynamism and creativity to the table. Hard man to handle here.
Well, what a first half he had. I thought he was outstanding. He caused the defenders all sorts of problems with his movement.
Sloppy in possession. Dybala. Good work to win the ball back. Can he take the chance? And it must be. Oh, that is extraordinary! Excellent vision from Juan Cuadrado. And this time it's in. Putting all their energies into winning back possession. Dybala. He's in behind. And in! Oh.
JKK, please contact the nearest security guard. Thank you.
Can they take advantage? And he could cash in.
So going into the overall for Dybala then. So he's coming in. Let's have a look at a refresh. 98.5 at the moment. We've got the 87. As you can see between the difference, you've got +2 on the pace shooting and then 1 on absolutely everything else. Compared to his normal gold card, yes, that is completely discard and it is 4s and 2s on everything. It's a nice upgrade for him, and most definitely the big thing when it comes to Team of the Weeks now is he's got to then have a higher rated card. So if he gets up to an 88, maybe he gets an 89 third in form, the promo card after that realistically has to be like 91. I don't really see too many promos giving just a +1 on an inform, especially somebody like Dybala. He's got to be absolutely perfect for something like a FUT birthday, or at least something that can add a skill move or weak foot. He's a 4-3 at the moment. I'd love to see him as the 5-4 or 4-4 at the very, very minimum. When we add the Hunter onto him, as you can see, the pace does get sorted out, as well as a bit more on that shooting. Naturally, as we progress through this card, he should get better and better. And I think the only one that I'm kind of wanting is that composure. Everything else on the card is pretty solid. Great passing stats, pace obviously with the Hunter's decent, same with shooting, everything in dribbling bar from reactions to some extent, but the composure is the only thing I want more, which would really turn this card inside out. The one thing as well when it comes to playstyle pluses, it really does have an effect on the card. Already we've seen so many kind of front fours, front threes, where everybody has finesse shot plus, Travella, maybe a cheeky quick step or rapid, depending on if they're playing wing for the cutback, and that is it. That is all you play with. So having all of the others kind of means nothing else, to be honest. And when it comes to the team of the weeks, we're really clutching at straws with who can be used. Garnacho's more of a nostalgic for the goal. Dybala's definitely one of the higher rated, same as Berardi. But realistically, other than Hansen, there's nobody else that I'm like, okay, wow, that's going to be a player that goes into my team. So in terms of Dybala, I think he's a good Serie A striker. Other than that, do I see him in many people's main teams? Probably not, to be honest. You could go with his normal inform. We have got a few other players, and Martinez's player of the month. We have a Lukaku Thunderstruck, which is really cheap. Leao's player of the month if you've did him. Giroud. It's literally just a heaven for strikers at the moment. And Dybala, love the dynamic, but I do think he is pretty mid when it comes to a striker. But I want to see the future of him. That's normally where we do find the good Dybala cards. Overall, I'd happily say like an 8. Let me know down below if you agree.